Welcome back, one and all, to Grudge Match, the show where our favorite characters from DC and Marvel Comics put their skills to the test against one another in order to determine who is the standout character from these cross-continuity matchups. Today we're going after our two favorite spacemen maverick heroes when DC's Zeta Beam riding cosmic hero Adam Strange goes up against Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, Star-Lord. Both of these characters are unwittingly taken away from their homeworld of Earth and thrust into a series of adventures in the depths of space, encountering myriad alien races and going on multitudes of adventures that lead them all over the cosmos and have to rely on their wit and ingenuity rather than any actual superpowers to save the day. So taking a look at them individually and starting with Adam Strange, created way back in 1958. Adam Strange's backstory is that he was an archaeologist who was studying in Peru when he was suddenly teleported via a Zeta Beam to the planet of Rann. The reason this happened was because the Zeta Beam was being used by the scientists of Rann as a communication device originally, but in the time it took it to reach Earth, it had been altered by the radiation of space into a teleportation beam, so it teleported Adam Strange all the way to Rann. And during his time on Rann, he fell in love and he began to appreciate the culture of Rann and decided to help them in their troubles, so he became a hero, saving Rann and many other cultures out in space through his intelligence and ingenuity. Now, in order to aid him in defeating his enemies out in space, he uses a variety of technology rather than ever having any superpowers. That technology is primarily a ray gun that he uses as his primary means of attack, jetpack, and a spacesuit that allows him to fly around not just in planetary atmospheres but out in space. His spacesuit has a helmet that has a heads-up display and multiple scanning features. His jetpack works perfectly well in an atmosphere as well as in space. He also has a built-in Zeta Beam projector in his suit, which allows for teleportation over vast distances, and he uses this to teleport back and forth between Earth and Rann throughout the years. In addition to this technology, he uses his considerable intelligence and fighting skills that he has developed over the years in all of his adventures and encounters to help him plan strategies and then ultimately execute those strategies to fight his enemies. Because of his lengthy amount of experience in space and with other cultures, Adam Strange regularly interacts with Earth's superheroes and has been a member of several Justice League teams and other affiliations, again despite the fact he doesn't have any superpowers. His knowledge and his high technology that he keeps with him allows him to be a useful member on any team of superheroes. Star-Lord, real name of Peter Jason Quill, was first created in comics in 1976. However, the original story was retconned more recently, and this original Star-Lord is now considered an alternate universe version of Peter Quill. His retconned and currently canon backstory is that before Peter Jason Quill's birth, the Spartax king Jay-Sun crashed on Earth and had an affair with Peter's mother, Meredith Quill. Now, the Spartax are a very human-looking alien race. They are indistinguishable from humans, and Jay-Sun is their king. While he repaired his ship, he had an affair with Meredith Quill, and upon fixing his ship, he left Earth, left Meredith, and left her to raise their child alone. When Peter was 10 years old, a couple of Badoon warriors came looking for the son of the Spartax ruler to end his bloodline. They killed Meredith, but a young Peter managed to kill the Badoon with a shotgun. After that, he was raised by Meredith's best friend Jessica, who was a commander at NASA, and Quill grew up to eventually work with her for NASA. He eventually stole a recovered Kree ship from NASA and used that to leave Earth, and fell in with the Ravagers, a group of interstellar space pirates, commanded by Yondu Udanta, and that kicked off all of Quill's adventures throughout the universe. Now, as Star-Lord, he uses a variety of very similar pieces of technology to Adam Strange to help him out. Rather than a jetpack, he has jet boots, jet thrusters attached to his boots that allow him to fly in both atmosphere and out in space. He has a element gun. This is a very specialized weapon that has a variety of functions and can generate, create, and manipulate the four elements: earth, air, fire, and water. He has a collapsible helmet that can form from a small button that he keeps behind his ear. He presses it and it turns into a helmet that allows him to breathe in space, and also has a variety of scanning abilities and a heads-up display within it. He also is, as previously stated, not completely human. He has a Spartax-human hybrid and has a half-Spartax physiology. Though the Spartax look identical to humans, they have an extended longevity, and Peter could potentially live for hundreds of years, as well as slightly enhanced physical skills, which means that Peter Quill has peak human physical skills. Nothing that would be considered superhuman, but he is a very strong, fast, and capable fighter. And he's used these fighting skills and his intelligence, as well as good tactical skills, to become leader of various teams, most notably becoming the leader of the earliest incarnation of the Guardians of the Galaxy during the Annihilation Conquest event, and then retaining that leadership position in all subsequent incarnations of the group Guardians of the Galaxy, even though several other members have come and gone from that team over the years. So having taken a look at these two characters, it's time to determine who would win if they were to ever put their guns and their tech and their abilities against one another. And that winner's going to be Star-Lord. Both of these characters, while being extremely similar, have a couple of X factors in their corner that could play to their favor. In Strange's case, he is the more academically intelligent of the two, being a professional archaeologist back on Earth, having PhD degrees, but that is of a more academic sense rather than a battlefield intelligence. Now, he is absolutely skilled in terms of formulating strategies on the battlefield, but that would probably be on par with Quill's ability to do the same. Strange also has Zeta Beam tech for teleportation. That's something Star-Lord has nothing close to in his arsenal, but that Zeta Beam is used for long-distance transportation rather than as a tool on the battlefield to teleport in behind enemies or jump around the battlefield quickly. It's strictly used for long-distance teleportation and wouldn't really play in his favor in a fight. Quill, on the other hand, has a couple of things that would benefit him in a fight. His half-Spartax physiology would make him a bit physically superior to Adam Strange, who is completely 100% human, and, though he is an adventurer, is not necessarily considered the highest tier of peak human physical conditioning. And, when it comes to their primary weapons, Peter Quill's element gun is superior to Adam Strange's ray gun. The element gun can fire simple energy blasts the same way Adam Strange's ray gun does, but then the element gun has a variety of other effects as well. It can generate and control fire, it can manipulate air, manipulate water, manipulate the earth. So it allows him a variety of other things he can do with his weapons beyond just shooting an energy blast at his opponent. Also, when it comes to their way of maneuvering around the battlefield, that's going to take the form of their flying ability. The jet pack for Adam Strange, the jet boots for Star-Lord. One could imagine it would be easier to shoot a jet pack located on somebody's back, thereby making it malfunction and no longer be useful to Adam Strange, than it would be to shoot a pair of boots that somebody's wearing that have rockets attached to them. So Peter Quill could probably more likely take out Adam Strange's ability to fly than vice versa. So taking these things into account, the element gun being the superior weapon, the Spartax physiology making him a more physically powerful combatant, and being able to potentially take out the other's ability to fly more easily, is going to give Peter, Jason, Quill, Star-Lord the win of this grudge match. Message me down below and let me know your thoughts on the outcome of this grudge match, as well as any thoughts for future grudge matches. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to always be updated when new videos are posted. Recommending and sharing this video is a great way to help grow the channel as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the next edition of Grudge Match.